Mega Vaughn and YouTube. How's it going? I am Poteen Bowen, and I'm doing another Lord of the Rings online video. This time on my 150 Red Line Guardian. Red Line Guardians are awesome. They do a lot of damage, not so much defense as like Blue Line, but they specialize in two-handed weapons. You can obviously also fight in Sword and Board and Red Line. It won't hurt you at all. But before we get started, I'll say what we're going to go through here. We're going to check out the class traits, the racial or the race traits, the virtues. Then we'll go through our LIs. Obviously, it'll be a lot more because we're level 150. And then we'll go through the rotations. We'll fight all the way, hopefully, to the first boss, or maybe even the second. We'll see how it goes. And then we'll recap the rotation again, and then we'll end the video. With that, I want to thank everybody who's been watching stuff. We finally made 1,000 subs, so thank you guys so much. That's absolutely huge for me. What else? Oh, so Sundays and Mondays, I'm now an official EverQuest content creator, so my streams and all that stuff go into that. Dungeons and Dragons, I play on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and Lord of the Rings Online, I play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then an extra stream on Saturday for the official LOTRO stream team. So that's about it, and let's get started. Oh, I guess I should say I do stream nightly on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. All right. So the class traits. This is called
transmission.
So I'm gonna get better. We're in Keen Blade. So Clean Blade is bleeds and high damage attacks to defeat foes. So the first thing we go into is Thrill of Battle. After you successfully damaging melee attacks, increase your critical chance by 5%, stacks up to 5 times. So that's kind of huge. Heavy Weapon Training. This is where two-handed weapon increases damage. Broad Strokes. 100% chance for sweeping cut to cause bleed on multiple targets. Thrust. This is a nice bleeder, but in order for this to be activated, you need a parry or block response. But we're just going to activate it with retaliation. So we'll show you how those work in rotations. Brutal Assault. This is just a heavy damage assault. You'll see me use it when we get to the second rotation line. I'll show you what that means. Tireless Blows. Parry response has a chance to reset cooldown of Brutal Assault. Reinvigorating response. Power is restored when parry and block response. Deepening Wounds. So +3 deep wound and terrible wound pulses. So an extra pulse when we hit those. And actually 3 extra pulses, and then 15% deep wound and terrible wound damage. Now, 15%, remember, percent is almost always better than just a flat number. To the King, so this is a powerful attack against foe, providing a chance to knock the target down. Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage is going to have Battle Assault skill, or Brutal Assault skill has a chance to apply hemorrhage. Each rank will increase the wound's damage over time. I do use this one a little bit, and this is just a charge. And charge will provide additional speed for a longer period of time. Warrior's Advantage, so enhanced physical mastery, melee, critical chance, parry, and partial parry rating. Blind Rage. To the King, skill has a chance to increase damage and attack speed. Hammer Down, this is a really nice one. Devastating Blow that inflicts increased critical damage and will stun weakened foes. So if any foe is below 50% health, it will stun them for 3 seconds. And Rupture. Enhances the Hammer Down skill. Successful strikes with Hammer Down. Now remove all active bleeding. Additional, each bleed that is removed increases damage to the target by 2% for 10 seconds. So that's my strictly Keen Blade. I did go into blue a little bit, which I'll go over that. Guardian's Ward, obviously just more tactical mitigation. And I have Guardian's Ward now reduces all power cost by 30%. Now, I did go into Yellow Line. Yellow Line has a lot of debuffs, but also it has a great amount of two-handed kind of damage stuff. Your damage attack now has a chance to renew all debuffs. Increased tactical mitigation. This is Warrior's Gall. To critical defense, evade, and partial evade rating. Tenderize, using a parry and block chain attack, increases the critical chance rating and may stack up to 5 times before expiring. Light touched, so you are able to block with a two-handed weapon, increase melee damage, and increases incoming heat. Numbed senses, ignore pain will remove an additional buff. This one is bolster. So blocking attacks will increase your critical chance rating. This effect may stack up to 5 times. So with this one, we can also block with our two-handed weapon now too. So that's where the block's coming in. War Chant. This is a nice opener. It's 3 target. Shout at disheartening and impeding and advancing enemies. So it actually decreases their attack. Okay, this is an okay one. I actually like this. It's a little bit of power regen and health regen, but it's not crazy. Thrill of Danger, regenerate power increases with every enemy near you. For each enemy, your power you restore, and on hits restore 3 or 2.5 morale. So the more you can hit, the better your heal. We have Bring on the Pain. Thrill of Danger will allow you to restore 2.5% of morale every time you are hit up to 10 seconds. Protected by the Light, so to the incoming healing, to protect, so 2%. Enhance the skill Protected by the Shield and Protection by the Sword, which is what I'd be using here. Strong Burst, this increases area of effect skill damage. And Catastrophic Shout. This is a huge debuff up to 5 targets. Also adds some bleeds onto it. So that's a nice one I like to use when I pull multiples. Okay, so for the side here, we have Vigorous Strength. So the trait enhances your melee critical and critical damage. Bleed them dry. Your strike with fury, leaving your enemies with more potent wounds. This is where you get Protection by the Sword. Protection by the Sword. Your proximity to your fellowship and skill and weapon increases the martial prowess of all of those near you. Relentless Fury. You revel in the fury and the fray, channeling your martial skills and prowess into deadly attacks that access your complete arsenal of skills. Brutal Charge. So Charge now becomes Brutal Charge, increases the melee damage for a short period of time. Will attempt to knock your next target out. So it also increases my 5-second charge duration. Heavy Blows. This is a trait that further increases your melee damage and critical damage multiplier. And Prey on the Rear. So successful attacks against opponents suffering from bleeds will inflict additional damage. Alright, so that's my setup for class traits. Race stuff, we'll see how it goes, but it probably isn't too much. I mean, obviously the Might for Hobbit Stature is nice. Hobbit Stealth, maybe we probably won't use it. Gall and Conviction bonus, we will not be using that. That's just for Gall, and so it's mana, it's damage and morale, but we won't be using any group stuff, so it's not really a big deal. Hobbit Silence, this may get you out of jail. This may get you out of trouble if stuff goes real bad. And Return to the Shop, which is obviously just a teleport. Okay, so for our virtues here, the first one I'm going to go into is Confidence. This is going to give me critical rating, finesse rating, evade rating, and then my passives are physical and tactical mastery rating. Wit, this is going to give me finesse, critical rating, physical mastery rating, tactical mastery rating, and then for my passive bonuses, tactical and physical mastery rating. Zeal, this is going to give me might, physical mastery rating, critical rating, and then for my bonuses is also physical and tactical mastery. Valor. This is going to give me physical mastery rating, finesse rating, critical rating, then physical and tactical mastery rating again. And then empathy, this is going to give me armor value, critical defense, resistance rating, and some extra for my passive bonus, extra max morale. All right, so let's check out our allies. Allies are going to be full this time. So we're going to go with a two-handed weapon. And we're going to call it, we're going to start off with Heraldry of the Lion, which gives me Might, Vitality, and Physical Mastery rating. Single target attack critical, that's going to be increased. And single target attack critical magnitude and critical rating are all increased with that one. Single target attack damage, that's going to give me single target attack damage, physical mastery, and tactical mastery rating. Now for the specific ones, War Chant duration is going to be increased and Vitality. Overwhelming damage and critical chance. So overwhelming damage is going to be increased. Overwhelming critical chance is going to be increased, and critical rating is increased. To the King damage. So to the King damage is increased, and physical mastery rating is increased. Brutal assault damage is going to be increased. Physical mastery rating is increased. Sweeping cut damage, critical, and critical chance. So my sweeping cut damage is increased. Sweeping cut critical chances increased, and critical ratings increased. Warrior's Heart Stoic Bubble Strength. This is going to be my bubble one where I can stop taking in heals, and it gives me a bubble morale, or morale bubble. So Stoic Bubble Strength is increased, and incoming healing rate is increased. And then for my last two, I have Lightning and Destruction. Both of them are critical rating increases. All right, so for my belt, obviously kind of the same thing. We're going to go Heraldry of the Lion, so that's going to be Might, Vitality, and Physical Mastery rating. Skill induction speed. So all skill inductions are decreased. Physical and tactical mastery ratings are increased. Base morale multitude is increased. So my max morale is increased and my vitality is increased. Now I'm going to do damage over time over here because obviously the damage over time is nice, especially for Redline, who's more mastered in bleeds. So damage over time is increased. Physical and tactical mastery rating is increased. Guardian's Pledge cooldown and magnitude. So Guardian's Pledge cooldown is reduced. Guardian's Plagued magnitude or Pledge magnitude is increased, and tactical negation is increased. Catch Your Breath cooldown and heal. So the Catch Your Breath cooldown is reduced, and Catch Your Breath morale heal is increased, and incoming healing rating is increased. Turn the Tables cooldown. It is Turn the Tables cooldown is reduced, and Vitality is added. Warrior's Heart duration, which is going to be my morale bubble, that is increased, and the Fortitude duration, and incoming healing rating. Warrior's Heart morale, max morale. So Warrior's Heart and Fortitude morale are both increased, and Warrior's Heart max morale is increased. Incoming healing rating is increased. Guardian's Ward damage and parry chance. Guardian's Ward damage is increased, Guardian's Ward parry chance is increased, and parry rating is increased. And then at the bottom is critical ratings again. Okay, so now time for the rotations. The rotations are going to be pretty simple. Basically, I'm going to go 1 through 6, then control 1 through 5. I'll sprinkle in a little bit of these buffs here, and then up top here, when Thrill of the Danger comes out. And anytime a parry or block response happens, I can also access Catch Your Breath, which has a 40-second cooldown. Okay, so let's just go through them real fast here. There is Guardian's Ward. This is the rotation I like to use, especially opening. I will throw in this because it's a debuff. War Chant is always nice. So let's say we do War Chant first. Okay, and I'll just show you just kind of the first little. And why I'm doing the Breach and Whirling Breach is they're going to access the ability that's grayed out right next to it. And then Overwhelm is actually going to access to the King. So I like to start off with War the Chant for a debuff and also some damage. Then I always like to keep Guardian's Ward up because it is a huge debuff, or a huge buff for myself. Whirling Breach is going to be an area effect damage, but it's also going to let me access Thrust. Thrust is going to be a single target, pretty big damage, and also dot. Then I'm going to access Breach. Breach is a single target damager, but I want it because it's going to let me access Overwhelm. Overwhelm is going to do a ton of damage, also goes into Deep Wound and Terrible Wound if they've already been triggered. And then I can't access to the King until Overwhelm has been used, and this is a powerful attack against foes, providing a chance to knock them down, which we just saw. Now, after that, if they are not dead, I will add, I'll skip this one because we've already used it, War Chant, but then we'll add Brutal Assault, we'll add Sweeping Cut, we'll add Stagger, and Knock, and Hammer Down. So this is my next little rotation because the mobs probably won't be dead yet. They may be, but they probably won't. And then I'll be sprinkling Thrill of Danger when it comes up. It does have a 1 minute cooldown, so that is something to kind of think about. But Brutal Assault's going to be a huge damage, and it also does hemorrhage and a big bleed. Sweeping Cut's going to add another bleed to it, but this is multiple targets. Then Stagger is going to have a attack reduction, so like a debuff to them, and also run speed. And then Hammer Down is a huge damager, does 2 damage attacks, but then also if it's below 50%, has a chance to stun for 3 seconds. Now, when I want to get Corruption removed, I have improved Sting. This is going to be the one that is going to interrupt targets, stamp, but I won't be using it here because there probably won't be many that are stamping that much. Probably won't need to be interrupted. I have Relentless Fury. This is a great ability I like to use. It accesses all of the parry response abilities also, so you can use it as that. But it does increase melee damage and critical melee damage by 20%, which is pretty big. I will be using Catalytic. Oh my god, Catalytic Shout. But this is a debuff. I definitely use it when I am going to be pulling multiples. Also, whenever there's a parry response, I can access Catch Your Breath. This is going to be a big heal. Also restores some power. But you'll be seeing me use that. This is kind of my get out of jail Warrior's Heart. It'll give me morale back, but it'll also heal me and give me a morale bubble. And then anytime I get stuff on me, I'm going to use Ignore Pain. That's going to remove up to 4. It's your cleanse ability. It can remove up to 4 disease, wound, fear, poison effects. Also, with Turn the Tables here, this is kind of cool. If I get stunned or something like that, I can use it. Does damage, and also it stuns anybody who's around up to 3 targets. So kind of nice. I will be having protection by the sword on constantly. So melee and range skill hits receive 20% chance to reflect 277 damage, and light damage is returned. And on use, 3% bonus damage. All right. I feel like we got her. Let's go do this and run. Let's at least go kill the first boss and see where we're at. And you won't have some of these skills if you're not 150, but that's fine too. So that gave me, because I ran into there, it's got a bonus in damage, and it also has a chance to stun him, which you just saw there. See if we can finish this guy off before we heal ourselves. I don't think we'll be able to. We have a disease on us. All right. And let's remove the disease. Same thing here. This time you're going to see me debuff him with the shout. Cataclysmic shout. I shouldn't have got that low. But I can always go in there and do Warrior's Heart first. We'll see how the next big pull is. That does damage and debuff, so that's kind of how I mitigate some of the damage. We got a cut. Hammer down. Boom. All right. Go. Gonna do that. We're gonna add a little bit of heal. I mean, it'd be nice if we could stun him and kill him before he spawns a little more. Oh, so close. So close. That would have been cool, though. Alright, let's see here. Trying to think of what I should do. It's only gonna be 3 targets left, so it doesn't really matter. These guys, they don't blow up like the little ones. The little ones blow up and kind of, you know, do the ground. What we'll see in there. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna try to get through this without healing. We'll see how we do. I don't think that's gonna work. Feels like I wasted it. Definitely did. On something that's crazy. It looks like my catch your breath did not go through. These things they have. Yes. Alright, once again, we're gonna run, and then whatever attack we do should stun. It has a chance to stun him. Just like that. This is below 50. It should stun him. Always immune to it. I like it. Did I mention I like that? There we go. That's gotta bleed. He's dead. He just doesn't know it yet, poor little guy. Told you he was dead, he just didn't know it. Oh, let's pull this guy where we can. We're gonna debuff him, get a little heal roll in there. The thrill of the hunt, which is on my shift 1 bar. Below 50%. I respect that. Oh, getting a little. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. We can drink. We'll come back and do stuff. We're not. We'll just, you know, we'll just make it a. Nope. There we go. Let's pull this cat. We're gonna debuff. There we go. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, let's see if we can finish him. Finish him. Finish up. Oh, that would have been nice. Yeah, he was immune. My stun. Because he was already cast. Boo! I mean, he fights a little faster than Blue Line. Does not have the survivability of Blue Line, but kills stuff fast enough. It doesn't really hurt him. Didn't stun him at all. Alright, let's try the next one. This is going to be a big loophole. So, buckle up. We're going to debuff him. Because it's all we know. All we know is debuffs. And that was Alt 2. There we go. It's a week. But they're pretty good at area effect stuff. So like I said, I'm going 1 through 5 and then shift or control 1 through 4. 1 through 5. Oh my word. 1 through 6 and then control 1 through 5, yes. I got it. Alright, let's pull this cat. See if we can kill them all before they give us too much damage here. We got Thrill of the Hunt, which is a little heal and reflection. There we go, that was a nice. Now we got area effect stuff. There we go. Boom. Not too bad, not too bad. I mean, catching your breath, having a little more reduced cooldown, that'd probably make the blue line invincible. I don't necessarily hate. Alright, let's do this. I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be pretty tricky. There we go. Alright, let's just do this. I feel like we're gonna have to use our morale bubble here. Might as well do it now. Get it over with. So you can kind of alternate the two, kind of like Blue Line does, where you're alternating a Warrior's Heart and Catch Your Breath. Not gonna be able to stop that. We should have Catch Your Breath. And it's back. And it will heal. Oh, we should have 3 more of these left. I'm gonna move right up to this little stone here. I should pull this cat. Oh, hold up. I didn't want to pull both of those. Okay, it's fine. We'll just pull both. That's exactly what I didn't want. Remember I said I didn't want that? Well, there we go. I mean, we'll have Catch Your Breath back in time. It's just why? Why deal with it? There we go. I didn't want the double pull because those guys are nasty. I guess I could do this, get my health back a little bit faster. Bow, bow, bow. Here we come. Ta-da! You know, we'll heal ourselves. We're gonna need Catch Your Breath and all that stuff. And this is about to go down. Alright, so this is it. So this guy, we're gonna pull him immediately. He's gonna spawn 2 people. We're going to take them out first, and then we're going to deal with him. When he gets about 3/4 of the way down, or 25%, he's going to go green, going to spawn these like worms, couple of them blow up. 2 of them you have to kill. But we're going to try to finish him off before that happens. Alright, here we go. One down. The problem with this main guy is he hits very hard. That's just one of the problems. Would have been nice to have my debuff. Buying a little bit of time. Gonna be totally. Alright, let's debuff him. Okay, we're here. We're here. This is it. We want to try to kill him before the worms come. Okay. Oh, it did work. We did it. Kind of. We kind of did it. Some bleeds on him. They're throwing me around. See, they're gonna explode. Those guys are gonna explode. We need to get out of here. Get out of here. A little bit of heal there. We need our pledge. There we go. How we got that, man? That'll be a big heal. That's a good. They're gonna blow up. That's what we want. This guy. No, 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 no. Get my warrior's heart. Come on. No, I had warrior's heart right there. Ah, so close. Alright, let's try that one more time. It would have helped if I had my debuff on this one right here. Yeah, that would have been nice. Let's eat. Let's see, do we have anything that's more powerful than what we're doing? Yeah, let's do this. Let's try these bad boys right here. Alright, let's try it one more time, and that'll be it no matter what. Luxurious seasoned fish. Ladder. We're going right into it, so just buckle up. I lagged a bit. Like that. That's not good. Okay, we're gonna disease that off us. I'm gonna try to take him head on, but he's gonna be a pain. Because he is so powerful. I'm not even making that up. He's very strong. We're gonna try to. Okay, I can't. We're gonna try to debuff him this time. There we go. Okay, we got it. We got it. There we go. All right. guys are gonna all try to blow up on me. Some are gonna succeed. You guys are gonna try to blow up. I try to get out of it. One down. Ah, target the wrong guy. Things red. We did it! Yay! The bleed saved us. So, like I said, not as sturdy as blue line, which blue's my favorite. All right, let's just keep moving on. Let's try to see. I'm pretty sure I can't take the last two bosses. But... oh yeah, I forgot. You know what? I think this is a good spot to quit anyway. I feel like the video's long enough. I feel like everybody probably has an understanding of how this class works now. We're gonna chase this guy down for fun. I mean, we killed the boss. That was kind of nice. The twins, we will not be able to. I won't be able to sustain that type of... But I did say, if we got that debuff rolling, the shout, that it would be a different story. That was exactly correct. There we go. Alright, so now with that, we'll go over the rotation again, and then we will end the video. So this is the Red Line Guardian. It is, I mean, Blue Line is my favorite, but I do play one. My main one is mostly what is called a Green Line, and I'll have a video on that. Okay, so the first thing I like to do Guardian's Ward or pull with War Chant, because this is a debuff and damage. Then I like to do Whirling Breach. Whirling Breach will let you access Thrust. And then I like to do Breach after that, which will let you access Overwhelm, and Overwhelm lets you access to the King. If I've already used my War Chant, which is probably likely, then I'll use Brutal Assault next. Then I'll go through Sweeping Cut, Stagger, and I'll end with Hammer Down, and then go right back to Guardian's Ward and Whirling Breach. If there's multiple targets or I want to do extra damage, especially in boss fights, I'll do Relentless Fury. If I want to, multiple targets, this is what I do for multiple pulls, is Catalytic Shout. I don't really use Challenge too much here, or Fray the Edges. Enrage, not really. These are more for, like, tanking. When this does show up, I do like to do Thrill of Danger a lot. It gives me a little bit of morale return. Improved Sting is going to be for corruption removing, and Stamp is going to be to stop casting. Vexing Blow I don't really use on here because it is a nice threat generator and Blue Line and stuff. Obviously, whenever I use Block or Parry, I can access the ability Catch Your Breath. It has a 46.4 second cooldown, so I'm using this one quite a bit. When I get in trouble, I use Warrior's Heart. It gives me morale and also Bubble, so you can alternate those back and forth in heavy areas. And Ignore the Pain is going to be to remove cleansing. So it's going to be a cleanse to remove any of the bad stuff that happens. If I ever get stunned, I like to use Turn the Tables. It does damage and stuns up to 3 targets for 3 seconds. In this Red Line, Brutal Charge is a nice ability. Lets you run fast, increases your melee for 16 seconds, and it also has a chance to stun or knock down the target, which is pretty nice. Other than that, I think that's about it. I think I went through all the stuff. Once again, if you have any questions or anything like that, leave it in the comments. I will get to the YouTube comments every 2 weeks. I go back and I go through all the comments and reply. If you want to see me live, you can catch me nightly Sundays and Mondays, I play EverQuest, an official EQ content creator. I play Dungeons and Dragons online on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I play Lord of the Rings online on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Also, there's an extra stream I do every Saturday called Poteen's Saturday Taterama, and that is for the official LOTRO stream team. So go check that out from 7 to 9. If you do need to get a hold of me for any reason, you can always use Discord, but if you need me immediately, whisper me on Twitch. That is the best way to get a hold of me. Other than that, I think that's it. So if you have any questions, anything like that, like I said before, you know how to contact me. But until I see you guys again for the next video, may the hairs on your toes grow ever longer. Thank you guys so much for the 1K subs and all the amazing stuff you guys have done on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. Absolutely amazing. It's been a great ride. I think Tuesday was my official Twitch affiliate 1 year anniversary. So thank you guys so much, for real. It's been an absolute ride.